unbeatable, I'm invincible. I'm bulletproof, don't ever lose. Put the evil in the devil and I'm letting loose. I'm an earthquake, make your bones shake. There's no question I'm the king, I always dominate. A force to be reckoned with, better remember it. Look at what I can do, walking all over you. Incredible, it's criminal, I never lose. I'm bulletproof. Best in the game, they all know my name. Can't run now, it's too late. Got winning in my blood, in my DNA. It's destiny, it's fate. You feel like something new. You feel like something. You feel like something new. You feel like something. Don't just stop it. Doing what you do. When I lay back, holding on to you. Ooh, ooh, feel like something new. Yeah. Got my senses here on overload. All my body is for you to hold. Ooh, 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 feel like something new. Yeah. And I never thought that you got me wanting. Never thought that ooh, never thought that I'd be saying you feel more like a dream. Yeah. You feel like something new. You feel like something. You feel like something new. You feel like something. I feel like I'm in another galaxy. Take my time in your eternity. Ooh, 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 feel like something new. Yeah. And I never thought that you got me wanting. Never thought that I pack my suitcase, headed out the door, I keep my shoes laced. 2,000 miles away from home, a couple dollars in my pocket, never stopped the boy before. I load my bags and hit the road.
Miles past, turning back, found my track, face the fact, she a core one. Never gonna settle for none, stay up every night till I won. Don't want a slow rise now, I'm confident opulence isn't a long ride out. When I look back now, I'm astounded. A quiet boy from old age, but always thought the world was a stage, yeah. I celebrate one last late night, my old life ain't staying.
I pack my suitcase, headed out the door, I keep my shoes laced. 2,000 miles away from home, a couple dollars in my pocket, never stopped the boy before. I load my bags and hit the road.
I'm headed to LA, I'm headed on my way, I'm headed on my way to LA, headed on my way to,
Couple thousand miles, throw it on the dash. Shit, the 10,000 hours, can't let them pass. Yeah, well, I was putting time in, you was pulled up wildin'. You always had shit to say, now when I see you, it's silence. Thought I'd have a Grammy by 25. Commas after commas next to dollar sign, yeah. Had to remind myself why I'm living this life. Look at all the late nights, it'll all come in due time, yeah.
made for the fight, for the pain and the climb, tied to the life I chose. Stay through the night, another day, not a dime, race against time. Yeah. I couldn't just lay by and wonder what I could have made mine. I'm closing on the moment, no one's gonna hold me down.
I pack my suitcase, headed out the door, I keep my shoes laced. 2,000 miles away from home, a couple dollars in my pocket, never stopped the boy before. I load my bags and hit the road.
designer jeans from a previous day. Grab the keys from off the counter, commute into the city, gonna take another hour. Man, I hate trading time for a way. At least I got a home and a job that pays. Faded from color, reaching to find when I wonder how. You're saying it'll all be fine, while you sit around and waste your time. Faded from color, stuck in the backseat and told to drive.
Certainly has done you good. You look like a child. Well, thank you very much, Johnson. I've been very lucky down here. Feeling better than I did up north.
Collars itching, face is twitching, another cup of joe and I'm fine. Come 5, I can burn a fresh dime, lifting up the burdens, putting weight on my mind. Bet if I didn't chase that and embrace distractions, master my lack of faith and break through. Faded from color, reaching to find where I wonder how. Saying it'll all be fine, while you sit around and waste your time. Faded from color, stuck in the backseat and told to drive. I'm holding out as I fight. I feel my colors wash away. I'm finding my ground in the light of the hours I can claim. 'Cause in time I restore my complexion and find that I left my distractions behind. In the meantime, I blindfold my pride and keep hold of my time like it's gold. Faded from color, reaching to find where I wonder how. Saying it'll all be fine, while you sit around and waste your time. Faded from color, stuck in the backseat and told to drive.
We're not the only ones. 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 Days gone. I won't waste another one. Oh, that darkness, it won't set me back again. Oh, I'm not asleep or awake. I won't let the future escape. Take me back to you. We're not the only ones. 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 We're not the only. We're not the only ones. We're not the only ones. Heads down, they will watch us shake the ground. Oh, this lightness.
Think you've seen it all? With Faceit Watch's Point of View Selector, you can experience the game from any pro's perspective. Use the multi-view feature and customize the stream with up to 4 angles. Control what points you see while earning rewards. Drops are activated and lucky winners will receive Faceit points. And if you ever miss a match, VODs are now available. Get instant access to demos with multiple POVs and commentary. Watch it, control it, Faceit.
Damn, guys, we almost had this.
Thank God it's over.
Bored of endless matchmaking? Take your first step towards ECL, experiencing real strategies against teams of your skill. Learn more at fce.gg/ECL.
Welcome everyone to another night of North American ESL Challenger League. It's Boggs and Pineapple Phillips back on the mic with you all this evening. Nate, it is great to be back here with you.
It is great to be back indeed. It's been quite a while since we have been on the mic, just short of 2 months, but boy oh boy is it good to be home, and we have a banger match with which to be welcomed back.
Oh yeah, I couldn't ask for much better than this one. Legacy versus Nouns, as you see on the screen or on Twitch, as I'm assuming you knew where you were when you came and watched this game. But it's going to be an absolute belter of a series here. Two great best of ones. And I'm excited to break this one down with you. It has been a while, but that means playoffs are looming. Everything is that much more important. And between these two teams, you would expect to be inside of that top 10 for playoffs. This game is critical when it comes down to seeding.
Critical when it comes down to seeding, and as we have seen, seeding is both very complicated and also very important. Of course, if you want to watch some other games tonight, we do have NRG versus Marsborn over on ESL CSB, so there's plenty of action for everyone to tune into tonight, no matter who they want to see. But as you mentioned, Legacy and Nouns, two heavy-hitting teams. Nouns in that 4th seed, currently with a 16-6 overall record. I believe they played 26 total games in the season, so 4 remaining. 2 tonight, 2 later on. Legacy have 2 more games than that left in the season, 6 and 4 if you don't include the 2 in this evening, but they've had a far more difficult start thus far with an 11-9 record, just above a 50% win rate.
Granted, 2 of those were forfeit losses on both of the maps against Blue Jays, so that is a little bit of a blemish. That doesn't necessarily have any inference onto how they've actually been performing. Because Legacy is a team you would expect to do decent. They've had wins over 9Z lately, which is a huge fish to fry down in South America. And I would have loved to see them play Blue Jays, given how good that team has been this season. And in a team without the likes of Wildcard and M80 in it this season, I feel like it was an opportunity for a team like Blue Jays to really establish themselves in the domestic region. I feel like this is a missed opportunity for NRG, though, Nate, because this is a team that took an EU import in Bro, and, brother, they're not doing too hot.
No, they are not. Now, of course, we do have our Kadia player to watch that we've selected for this evening. That is going to be Lux over on Legacy. We'll be keeping an eye on how he does in both of the best of ones on this evening. And he is a player with a very solid overall, kind of explosive yet consistent style, 1.20 rating, 1.34 impact, and an 84.4 average ADR over the last 3 months. It means that he's a very potent player, but not the only one you have to watch on this team. Of course, keep an eye out for Dumao. He's close behind at 83.6 ADR and 1.27 impact. So this is a star-studded lineup for the likes of Legacy.
Oh yeah, Dumao's been around the block for quite a while now as well in this scene. And as you can tell by the flyover and now by the vetoes down low, we are playing on Nuke for our first game. A 6-3 record for Legacy on that map. A solid CT side at just shy of 70%. Their T side, though, a little bit lacking, 43.7. Their losses against Maiden Brazil, Imperial, and Getting Info. But 2 wins against Fluxo, 1 against 9Z means that this team has some potency when it comes to this map. Looking at Nouns, though, Nate, 4-4, including 2 losses to NRG, a loss to Wildcard, and a 1-1 win rate against Marsborn. I feel like out of all of the maps that could have been picked, Dust 2 and Nuke were realistically Nouns' best chance to take something away from Legacy, but it's going to take a good individual effort from players like Junior, who tend to kind of struggle when it comes to games against better tiered opponents.
Yes, I have to agree. We are into the action as well, very quickly into this first best of one. Legacy, they are the team that won the knife round. Of course, they'll choose to start on that CT side, given the fact that they are so much better on that side of the map. And Nouns, what is the play? A walk in the yard with one lurking lobby. Luke's looking outside, perhaps, thinking about pushing out of mini, but it is a very passive setup from Legacy. I believe it's 2 towards ramp 3 and A, but I'm not positive.
Looks about right.
He's the man trying to find something going towards Secret, but instead it's Cryptic. One of the newer additions to this team, finding Lux. Pushing in and around towards Mini. Our star player, our player who we highlighted, taken out immediately with no impact.
That's a good start for Nouns. Should open up more space, take out a guy who's been in the multi-frag situations as well, but Nissim answers right back. Cryptic removed, the crisp headshot from heaven. 4-on-4 scenario now. Nouns beginning to converge back on the A site. Classy ready to pop through hot. Junior peeking out, P2 15 hand. A lot though at second vents is going to be very hard to clear out though. Peeping. Rush, moving in. Lato, first point of contact, peeked in, does go down, no trade yet. Nissim converged upon, Classy has pushed from Hut, catches him, and as the player up in heaven, Sadzine looked back outer yard. Nouns take the site, the bomb goes down. And so, Legacy will call it quits, save the armor. Dual Berettas on Dumao, use that for a force buy, presumably in the next round. No kit makes this retake all but impossible. And just the distance from where these two players were from each other made this a very unlikely retake from the get-go. But a good pistol round victory for a Nouns squad that prior to this only won 1 out of 4 of this match.
It's interesting to me, Legacy weren't playing the range game in this pistol round when they had the USPs. They kind of let go of Yard once they lost Lux. They weren't really peeking out of heaven, which would have really helped them because Nouns were kind of oscillating between Secret and back towards Mini, just walking back and forth with no smoke to cover them. And additionally, that player on site got distracted by his teammate rotating heaven and had no effect on the site proper. So maybe a bit of a learning curve for Legacy as they seem to have gotten confused by their own teammates' movements. Nouns, though, take a much-needed pistol round for the T side. Start things off strong there, where both teams have struggled historically. And they'll go for the full rifle buy as well. Full Galils. Legacy a force buy of their own, though. 5.7s and MP9s to try and rival, but they're sorely lacking in utility.
It's a good idea here from Nouns to go for the full rifles. Given the saved armor from Legacy, you could expect this kind of a force buy. You see the helmet picked up by Dumao. A messy spray by Rush. He converts it. Glacia goes down. So does Rush. But Cryptic finds his second of the round. Getting the man advantage back to Nouns here. Keeping's Molotov blooms in front of Lato. And he is forced forward into the waiting arms of Keeping, who gets caught by Lux, but he wins that duel. And so the young gun for Nouns saves the day with a couple quick kills outer yard. And Nouns with 3 alive move into the third round with a good chance to build some bank, as Legacy will not be investing here, bar some pistols. I don't even think we'll see a singular vest out on the CT side.
Shouldn't. Clasia Mac 10 play is a perma classic. He fell in the round prior, so no doubt he's pulling that weapon out now. Same with Rush as well. As you mentioned, farming up cash and keeping it clean is the name of the game here. You can lose a Mac 10, that might be acceptable, but don't lose a Galil if you can help it. Some pistols might have some bite in this round. The Deagle specifically is what I'm looking at. Nissim has that in hand. Nouns are taking it relatively slow, clearing things out, using their utility advantage. And Legacy are just playing wacky angles to try and find an opportunity.
Lux around the smoke by credit cards could have been potent, but he is forced away and retreats into Mini. Drop down from Rush, sprays away, doesn't find anything yet. There's a player red box as well. Rush taking a heavy amount of damage inside. Zine at red, or CT box, I should say, is going to find that opening kill onto one of those MAC-10s. Only 7 damage taken thanks to a nade. And now Nissim spots out that other MAC-10 over towards lobby. Lux retreating down to decontamination room. Hiding here. Lato is in a potent spot as well around the corner. E250 cleared out nicely by Peeping, though. 4-on-4 situation. 44 seconds to go as the time ticks down. Nouns have to make a play here, and they are in a bit of a pickle as they have to clear out all of these tight angles, knowing the lack of firepower on this Legacy side is going to lead to some weird little pistol plays in the P250s, the Deagles, the 5.7s, always dangerous. Nice one from Junior. Lux pops Peeping, though, still alive. Junior is second. Cryptic running up towards A, bomb in hand. Bomb going down here for Nouns, but they've lost one of those Galils, and that will not be brought forth for a retake attempt, I don't think, Nate, as the money for Legacy is not fantastic. The health doesn't really signal a retake situation, the lack of a kit even more so, and it's just keep Dumao alive and protect the VIP and get him to safety.
Yeah, get him in CT spawn. Once the timer's ticked away far enough, then you can try to find something Lux. Might even want to drop that flashbang to his teammate as well. I'm not sure he survives in this corner.
I don't think so. Yeah, he's going to run.
Smart. Just a P250 and a flashbang save for him, but it's something, I suppose.
The flashbang actually counts for something.
Yep, $200. 3-0, though. Good start for Nouns. Not the cleanest. Losing a Galil in that round prior is leaving a bit to be desired, but still, it's been more or less smooth sailing for them. Legacy, though, are hitting their shots with pistols. We'll have to see if they can hit their shots now with rifles. Sadzine has the op in hand. Full M4s surrounding, barring that saved Galil. That means they have plenty of utility on the belts as well. 2 AKs bought up by Cryptic and Peeping on the other side of the equation. This is the first rifle round we've seen thus far in this one. Nouns changing the pace as well, just racing towards Secret. Clasia is going to get right by that Molotov as well, and that's a lot of control taken early and not a lot of damage either.
No, all 5 actually of the Nouns players outside, down through Secret, letting the MAC-10 lead the charge, take a little bit of damage from that utility. Finally, they'll get across. Glacier's still going to be alive for now. That's a chunky nade onto Junior as Nouns are getting slowly whittled away by utility. Lux with 3 on the spray down, mows down Junior, Glacier, and Rush, leaving just Cryptic and Peeping, 2 of the younger players on this Nouns roster, to try and clean up this disaster of a round, but they are being further chipped away. Cryptic with 30 HP, moving on to the site. Palm in possession, can try and plant in the open here, but there's a really rough situation for Nouns ahead of them, as even if they do get the bomb down, it's a 5 versus 2 retake. There's no stall utility, no hold utility for Nouns, just 2 flashbangs. And 37 seconds to go. It looks like they're going to try and take a duel or 2 before they attempt to plant. And Sadzine is in a great spot to lock them out of the round. Over towards J Hall. Misses a critical shot, though. Able to back away. Does not have support. But that just might force Nouns back to B site. Indeed, it does. Nissim over towards Radio. Will not even be needed as Lux lines him up. That's the ace for him as well. And we highlighted him as our player to watch. He had a bit of a quiet start, but he's back.
Yes, he is. Nouns, I like the change of pace, trying to cross quickly. The issue is that player back of Garage. Not to the right, or not to the... I guess you want to say the right or to the left, but not towards CT spawn. Instead, tucked all the way in the back corner. Here's the steps down below, gives the information. Nouns take a bit of damage from their own utility, popping the smoke. Then the nade from Lux does even more, and that kind of damage onto the bulk of your squad really just does you in when it comes to the fights proper. Nouns, without the bomb plant, gonna struggle a little bit economically. 2 Galil's lackluster utility, but at least it's rifles across the board. Legacy, keep this one clean like the last, and you'll have quite the bank on the CT side.
And that's when the CT side really starts to become super strong, too. When the utility is there, the reinvestments are there, the kits, the op. No op for Junior to counter here on T side, Nuke just yet either. And for Nouns, they slow it back down, learning from their mistakes in the prior round. Sadzine, second time tested, destroyed by Glacia, as he just takes a slight little jiggle peek there. Sadzine flicks over to the right, expecting the wide swing, and that's a good duel won there by Glacia, and Lux will trade him out, but takes a massive amount of damage on that ensuing fight. Peeping falling to Nissim, though, does give Legacy that man advantage back. And it forces Nouns into this A engagement here. Lato not really in Mustang, but out on scaffolding, not cleared out. 1 and 2, knocking them down, and not the third, though. Rush does bring this to a winnable situation, given the lack of health on Lux, but his lack of utility there. Oh, the nade. If he tosses that nade Heaven, that could be huge. That does Lux in, but does he throw it Heaven, or does he focus on Dumao? He'll creep into Hut instead. Misses the duel against Nissim. And so Legacy now 2 rounds in a row, 3 alive as well. Looking to go retrieve that AWP for Sadzine. That'll be done. 2 AKs to bring forth into the next round 2. And that CT economy is going to start to grow.
Yes, it will. Not as quickly because they lost 2, but still. Should grow nonetheless. 3's that threshold. Nouns don't have enough to justify an investment. Maybe some upgraded pistols thanks to the bomb plant, but nothing more. Maybe a quick play from Glacia at the helm, down vents or something similar. Sadzine struggled with the AWP early. Missed that shot on the player walking past ramp. Missed the shot watching ramp again, watching the trophy push in towards ramp in the round prior. So, I'd love to see him find his confidence, find his footing while the game is still relatively early on. It's full pistols, and it is a force buy from Nouns. Glacia saved a bit, but everybody else has more or less fully invested. Lato and Dumao find a pair to start. Rush gets one on the Lato in the chaos, but Sadzine in towards Mini gets a trade. Through the vents, one does go. The bomb is on his back. It's peeping. He's also got an M4 for his troubles, so maybe he can do some damage. Maybe he can get a bomb plant. In fact, he will do so. Bomb hits dirt. Lux can't stop it. Lux can even get the kill. The answer's no. Junior also found Dumao before falling, and it's just 1v2. I was going to say Peeping has a chance, but no. Sadzine, with the pistol in hand, gets the kill, and so he averts disaster for his team.
Averts disaster is a very apt way of putting it, because that was going to be a disaster. So Peeping even gets one more kill. It's an incredibly costly round for Legacy to stomach. But in that situation, if Peeping can isolate the 1v1s, there's a very reasonable probability he wins that round and pulls that off.
He's ready against the pistol, yeah.
And there was low HP on one as well. That was a decent situation for Peeping. Just gets a little unlucky walking back through double doors. But that's going to force an early tactical timeout out of Nouns. A very uncharacteristic tactical timeout from them as well. Usually one to leave that for a lot later on in the game. And I'm liking this new look from Nouns, calling the early tack, letting Adren have his say, and really trying to figure out what to do, because Nouns have been very close in most of these rounds, barring round 4. There have been opportunities, there have been chances, they've just missed the cues, they've missed the duels. They've not played a bad map so far. The 3-3 scoreline goes to show that, but it could be so much better for Nouns right now. And I think that's kind of where their mindset is at, that they just need to get the finish, but right now they're skying it 3 feet over the crossbar.
I was worried that last round the force buy seemed a little bit questionable to me. Even with that bomb plan, as you can see, they can't afford a full buy now. So it'll be a half yet again. Tech-9's across the board this time around. An explosion ramp appears to be the name of the game, hoping to catch up maybe Sadzine, but instead it's Nissim here posted with the rifle. He'll spot them crossing. He won't get the kill, but then Nate should do plenty of damage. There's the kill. Luke's finds one as well. Rush, though, will race down ramp. As those teammates, Glacia at the helm, spotted. Luck's gonna molly him out. Or really won't go deeply enough. So Junior gets the plant. Nouns again finding some money. Glacia getting one, at least doing some damage, but the round again still goes the way you'd expect, with Legacy finding the victory. Nouns, though, have been finding bomb plants consistently.
Yeah, the consistent bomb plants are good for Nouns, building up that economy, but they need to start getting rounds on the board again. Right now, all their rounds come by virtue of the pistol round and the anti-force buy. Nothing has been gained once the rifles have come through for the CT side yet. still, Junior is not going in for an op as well, which is interesting. You'd normally like to see him get the op out to try and counter that of Sadzine, but that has not come through yet. Maybe we'll have to wait for Anubis to get that real true Oppers duel, or the T side, or the second half of this map, rather. But a little bit of a faster push in towards lobby from Glasia. Peeping will get the opening, however. Flash assist from the very same, and Sadzine now trying to get through. The lobby crunch coming in from Legacy, which at least evens up the man count, but Sadzine is forced back. That's a good eye from that lobby hold of Junior. Peeping still working outside around that smoke. A game of cat and mouse between Dumao and Peeping right now, but he'll go the other way around for a brief moment in time.
Oh, that sound you heard by Dumao.
Yeah, he's gonna know. Might even catch Rush too. Drops in, not clearing the angle. That smoke had faded, and Peeping's nowhere near close enough for a refrag. Legacy turning things into their favor with no real chance back in for Nouns just yet.
No real opportunity, but they're going to slow things down. There's still plenty of time to work with. I think Junior's the one that needs to make the play here. He's in lobby, he needs to hold for the aggression while Peeping gets some control down secret, and Junior, late activation, hopefully catching a vent rotation, I think is the name of the game at this stage. That's the way for them to tie this back up. The issue is Legacy know that that's likely a possibility, so they're just holding where they stand. Sadzine holding cross to secret. The Mao playing passive back old vents. They're happy with their advantage. Oh, timing. Could not have been worse. That lets Cryptic get by for free, and now things can get a little bit interesting. 15 seconds left, but there's no one on B proper. They were holding the cross instead and relying on that to be deterrence, and now the site has been taken. Sure, Junior falls because his teammates didn't take contact. He couldn't find a player rotating early enough, but PP and Cryptic have at least gotten a bomb plant and some feasible post-plant positions.
That's a big duel by Peeping, and he's ready for the second as well. Nissim trying to come down the ramp. Nade will not do damage, but Nissim will drop. Peeping jumps back. Has help from Cryptic. 1-2 punch yields another. Cryptic and Peeping still holding ramp. Last two here for Legacy. Fights taken by both, and Cryptic wins the final duel. It's a scrappy finish, but Nouns find the victory. That was a 4 versus 3 situation by Legacy where they just let things go by the wayside. They let Nouns escape towards B, and despite the lack of time, Nouns are able to get that bomb down and pull it off in the end. Great bit of work there between Cryptic and Peeping, showing some good synergy and teamwork. Those two leading the charge in the fragging department too for the T's. And for Legacy, it's a tie ball game again. Their strong economy will be tested after this round if they fall victim again.
That was a 2 versus 4 as well. Sadzine looking to right the wrongs, to right the ship. Catches Peeping, jumping for joy in the outside yard. But that last round came down to timing. Sadzine crossing around, stops holding the cross for a fraction of a second. The Cryptic finds a clinical opening. By sheer luck or intuition, you can be the judge. And that gives them the control they need on B without the resistance expected. Nouns, down a man now, playing it from the disadvantage. Will be trying to go towards the ramp, grouping up. Sadzine, though, his op will not miss in this round, and Nissim is ready as well, finding yet another before falling. 2 versus 4, making a 1 versus 4, as Dumao goes for the flank, dropping Cryptic. It's just Junior, the opper with a rifle in hand, and a 1 versus 4, and it looks like that victory in that round prior for Nouns might just be an isolated blip on the radar.
I think Nouns need 5 out of this half if they want to realistically have a chance at this map. They're knocking on the door, but the door got slammed in their faces this round. No bomb plant realistically possible here either. Would take a huge effort by Junior, and it starts with winning that duel, which he does not. Legacy maintain the lead. Nouns have no money, so it's a half buy again for them. Sadzine, a couple good kills coming through from his op, starting to heat up. It's a very good sign for Legacy. And as we get into the last 3 rounds of this half, the 8-4 be fantastic for Legacy. Again, Nouns need 5 at a minimum. If they can find 6, they'll be in a good spot to really hold things down and lock things down in the second half. But it all comes down to just getting that fifth and seeing what they can do in this round. Again, they're going to be stalled by Lato. The utility does nothing as he holds down Mouse. 1, Legacy, man advantage against the pistols. Light buy here for Nouns. Shouldn't be too much more trouble to mop up the rest. Ooh.
Shouldn't be, but up close, the Tech 9 is a dangerous weapon.
Not sure how I like that push.
Not sure either when you know it's the pistols as well. Yeah. It's a bit of a scary call. And this seems wise to Cryptic being here. Now he knows for sure. This is a kill dead to rights. There we go. But again, this aggression is a bit scary. Why are you being so aggressive against pistols is the question. Boost is a cool idea. Sadzino spotted the knee. Will he overstay his welcome? I don't think he will. They're going to try to rush him down regardless. Sadzine. This is the shot. Klasia gets the headshot instead, and now things get kind of awkward. There's still player double doors to try and stop the plant. Keeping those and drop some smoke to make things a bit chaotic. Go for it. Maybe default behind the smoke. There we go. Will not be contested either. Bomb plant goes down. Lato and Nissim, though, still get the kills. Again, Nouns are good at finding bomb plants, but they're not that great at finding the round proper.
Now, if Nouns could get a bomb plant with a decent defensible scenario, then maybe they'd have more success. But a lot of their bomb plants are coming in situations where they're just scrambling to get it down, time is running out, or they've been chipped down to nothing. They're all half dead, and they're able to get things going, and then Legacy come in with a 4-man retake and just clean them up. Nouns need to get these bomb plants where it's either even strength, or they have time to really set up a post plant. They have utility to set up a post plant. Because as it stands right now, Nate, they're just kind of throwing things at the wall, scrambling to get it down, but there's no actual stability to these rounds. And that's why they're good at getting the bomb down, but the round count is just not going their way.
Yeah, Legacy are content with not challenging because they know they have the advantage. They just need to get in position. A change up, though, this time around. Lato spamming again finds an opening. Lux around red finds a second before falling. Cryptic does get the trade, sure, but he's now low on HP. Lato gets yet another on the M4. And this investment from Nouns is bearing zero fruit whatsoever. The last alive is in lobby. It's Klasia going for that lurk. You might find one lurking out of hut, but he's been spotted. It's going to be all the more difficult. Dumau sprays him away. Tosses his gun away for the AK as well. And Legacy look well on their way to an 8th round in the dying embers of this first half.
Yeah, Nouns are going to have to force up here. But that 5th round, so close and yet so far. Carrot on a stick right now for Nouns. So go Galil's out. Full Galil buy. Utility's good, which is something they have lacked late into rounds when they're trying to get that bomb down and hold on to a site. But Legacy have all the fixins they need. A couple of AKs as well. They've been able to really shut down Nouns as the going gets tougher. The rounds get later. And this half is flipped completely to Legacy's control. Reminder, folks, Nouns only have one gun, and they'll lose the opening duel. There is a trade, but Peeping takes a lot of damage. Junior comes in, spamming away, can't quite get Lux, as Nissim will add another. Lux got one through that smoke push. He's still lurking around. Cryptic will get one, but that damage, again, so much taken, and they do not clear Lux. He's hearing it all. He peeks well, and the trade's there for Sadzine. 8-4 half for Legacy as they turn their fortunes around.
I'm not asleep or awake. How let the future escape.
promising 3-0 start for Nouns ends in not quite disaster, but dang close at 4-8 disadvantage as they enter the CT side of Nuke. It's Pineapple Phillips and Boggs on the mic. And Boggs, as you mentioned, Nouns took 1 rifle round in that first half, and it was a 2 versus 4 post plant. They realistically had a little business winning.
And now Dumal starts off the pistol round. A big whiff from Peeping as Junior does find one, but the Nouns sit with a disadvantage, and Junior naded into oblivion. Just Cryptic and Kalasia to try and find something, or they might even just call it quits, although I don't know if you necessarily can. It's a catch-22. No-win scenario for Nouns here. Either way you slice it. Kalasia trying to work his way in. Cryptic up in heaven does find 1 kill. Kalasia watched go by Sadzine, spots the backpack, gets the kill. Cryptic 1 versus 3, none versus 3. Second half pistol round converted by Legacy. And that will start their snowball towards 13. 4 to go for Legacy before they take this
Instant
first map
too.
of 2 best of 1s.
Instant force. This feels like
Oh, yeah.
what could be the final nail in the coffin at this point. It's 4-9, likely a 4-10, because you're still at a disadvantage even with the force spy. And if you lose this force, it's going to be a 4-11. Yeah. So
It's all in, really, from Nouns here.
yeah. If not, we better see attack pause real quick.
They used 1 at 3-3. Wow, 2 kills out of that whole engagement. That's pretty good for Nouns. Now 3 as Rush gets a second on the 5-7. The 4 spy not quite converted yet, but they're clawing it back. The gamble looks to be paying off for now, but the low HP of Rush and Cryptic does make this very concerning. And Junior with a scout glass cannon, it's a very squishy target. Legacy still have a road back in, and a lot of it begins with this flank from Dumal going through hell. Spots out Kalasia, but neither player does damage.
Kalasia did a bit, and that's actually one-shot scout range now, so peeking heaven is a dangerous task. Sadzine looking for the aggressing players, but no one's pushed that far, not yet, at least. Kalasia finally going in for lobby control, content, knowing that it's likely given to him. Looks like the only real call we get out of this point is a split into B with 1 player going secret and 1 staying down ramp.
Been given.
It's been given, but that's because they want to play the 4 versus 2 retake.
It's really a 2 versus 2 because Rush and Cryptic are just bodies.
It's true.
They have
And Junior has
betrayed.
no armor. That armor's going to be the problem.
And
Now,
that's the armor of Classy gone.
6 seconds left, though. They didn't even try the bomb plant. They're saving.
Wow.
Okay, never mind. I thought we had enough time for it. Clearly, we do not. Both rifles
I was
being
right there with
saved. Getting a little bit too ambitious as casters. A 2 versus 4 against pistols with rifles in hand. And with no map control, I could see why they went for the save. Especially
Yeah.
after Kalasia got that information. It's going to be scrappy now. Junior's still on the scout, but he has armor now to back it up. We got some rifles, 2 M4s. We got 2 Galils. Some dualies on lot, though. Yeah. Say this buys all over the place would be an understatement.
That's a great
Kalasia.
idea.
Lots of nade damage. 3 on the Galil. Lotto finally does him in, but I feel like the damage is done at this stage. Lux races to group up with his teammate. And Junior just going to hold passively, giving them space, knowing that his team has the advantage.
He doesn't need to push. He needs to stay alive. If he falls, then that's the next domino in line to allowing Legacy to have a 2 versus 4, much like Nouns did on the other side of things, and that started with a bomb plant. Rush, sitting on site A, out in the middle of the open, keeping an eye on both Hut and Squeaky. Re-smoking off that Squeaky side, wins the first duel against Lux, and not quite the second, does all but 1 shot worth of damage. Lotto at 8 HP, Junior up the ladder, spotted, but he dodges that bullet. Nade tickles Lotto for a grand total of 1 health point. And now he might be trying to save here. Not really much of an option left for him. As Nouns will claw this one back to within 3. Once the guns come out in earnest for Legacy, though, is when Nouns will actually get tested again. Nouns have been good in the scrappy situations, in the 4-spy, 4 spies, in those rough situations where it's a little more chaotic. But when it comes down to the real round scenarios, Nouns have only won 1 actual gun round so far this game. That's something we have to keep in mind here. Yes, the score's about to be 9-6, but Nouns have not been able to get it done once the guns come out in full.
But I'm concerned that Legacy keeps saving this weapon. It makes their economy go all over the place. Lotto's only at 700 in the bank. Doesn't have enough to buy in the next round if needed. He'd be on a Galil probably, assuming they got a bomb plant.
It's not horrible, but it's not ideal.
It's a near full save around the AK. They have 1 set of dualies on Dumao. Those were dropped over. They were saved by Lotto.
I still don't know why he bought those in the first place, when the P250 costs the same amount of money.
Volume of fire.
No nade, though. That would have been an opener. There was an HE. Junior'd be dead. It's a good opener from peeping, though. He'll double down. Junior tapping away on Sadzine. Rush comes up secret. Cryptic there as well. Lotto does get his 1. But for all intents and purposes, it should end. Gets the 7th on the board for Nouns. It's just how much damage can Lotto do? 2 at least. And if you're Nouns now, maybe stop peeking the 1v1s into Lotto and giving him these kills.
You need to be careful as well on low HP. He gets by. Where's this bomb drop? It's got to be outside Mini, if I had to guess. He's going for kills. Klasia up in heaven. She drops into the site proper instead. What is Lotto's play? Theoretically, if he can save this AK, he can buy utility and have a full buy in the next. Will Nouns let him do that?
I think they have to. Their economy's not good. They can't lose any of these 3 remaining players. They do not have the loss bonus for that. Junior 700, 100 for Klasia, 1150 for Rush. They cannot get a full buy back in. They have to save the M4s. And this is just going to be a ceasefire, essentially, agreed between these 2 sides in this round.
Slow end.
Another one.
But now we should see the rifles, right? Well, no bomb plant means that Legacy are going to struggle utility-wise if they go for AKs. So it's not going to be a full rifle buy necessarily. Galil's instead for Sadzine and Lux. The mouse contemplating what he'll buy as well. That is 3 Galils. Nissim joining the Galil train. Dumao going for an AK. And Junior getting dropped an op by peeping. I'd say that gives them a solid advantage in round number 17.
Junior finally getting the big green gun in hand. I think he had it 1 round on the T side. Didn't even get to let a shot rip with it. So we'll see what he's going to be capable of. Klasia a little aggressive over towards a vending machine. Trophy room area. Just taking that little jiggle. Does have a helmet, so the Galils cannot one-shot headshot. Everybody on Nouns has donned the helm. Legacy are really taking their sweet time here. That's a good, well-timed Molotov basic sound cue from Klasia. Dumao, though, does get an opening kill. Klasia trying to push around that smoke and be sneaky with it. Smoke bloom done, and Klasia dusted. Peeping 1 returned. Rush aggressive does spot another, but this is going to spur Legacy down towards B. Only problem, they have to bring the bomb over. And they have got it over towards ramp. Rush trying to tunnel vision on, cut in the back. And that is a brilliant read there from Lotto. Lux drops peeping through the vent. And Junior's op, again, Nate, has not fired a shot.
No, it hasn't, but at least it's still standing. It could theoretically be saved. A site taken. Junior holding for exits and vent. Will find Lux trying to silently drop. We'll stick around as well. Might be given a second.
But it comes back to Nouns' lack of success on gun rounds, Nate. Again, only one round where the buys have been relatively equal with rifles. Have Nouns won. And their economy's just dashed. It's going to be a rough buy for them. Cryptic and Peeping, $1,500 and $1,700 respectively. Claysia at 3050, so $3,050. That is not a lot of money.
Probably gonna see two rifles one rifle dropped, an MP9 dropped, and a second MP9 on the board if I had to guess.
Peeping might just sit 5-7.
Basically an SMG when you think about it.
Yeah, depending on the angle, yeah. The MP9 is so good.
It's true.
Where's
7 to
Peeping
10.
go?
Great question. Where is he? Pretty far back. Junior trying to go for an aggressive peek. I think Nouns have been going for aggressive plays. They don't really pan out. Lux dropping around in towards Mini finds 3. No, he finds 2 with Lotto still in the third. Cryptic gets 1. That's all he'll find, though. It's just Claysia. 1 versus 4. That MP9 in hand. If you want to play on an SMG, it would be Claysia. But a 1 versus 4 is too much to ask, in my opinion. He's spotted around Unbreakable. He's caught at range by Nissim. And an 11th is taken by Legacy. The economy, as you mentioned, was crumbling for Nouns. It is now in ruin. It's been torn asunder. 11 to 7, likely 12 because the economy for Nouns is so shambolic. And then from there, Nouns need to win 5 in a row to get to overtime.
Not an easy prospect ahead for the Nouns. If they could find a little bit more pistol magic, makes it a lot more doable. But it is a bleak scenario they find themselves in. 3 P250s, no armor, no utility. Against the full might of a Legacy full buy. Legacy given complete control of the ramp side, waltzing all the way through, clearing every angle out. They might even try the reverse flank onto A just for fun here, because they're deathballing together, which is a good idea against the pistols. It does mitigate the chances the pistols can isolate and pick up a rifle. Legacy now waltzing into A. Will get the bomb down momentarily. Peeping can do nothing. Lux and Lotto a kill apiece. Peeping spotted as well, has to be careful with his 6. And now it's 360-degree danger, as Dumal will be the one to finally put him down. Cryptic and Claysia walking in the fire. The flames will not allow them through. And Legacy will await either the elimination victory or tick-tick-boom, whichever comes first. Which looks to be elimination, as Dumal sprays down the last 2. And Legacy 1 round away from taking Nuke away from Nouns here. Despite that good start from Nouns, their lack of success on the gun rounds has really been their undoing. And now they need 5 in a row to have a chance at overtime.
That is a lot of rounds to win for this Nouns team, especially in a row. Full M4s and an op, at least something to work with in this round 20. Legacy have looked so polished, so well put together. They've shown us so many different looks on this T side. Say it's an uphill battle might be an understatement. Lux thinking about coming out hot. Rush instead caught by Nissim, just racing forward. Lotto drops Peeping. Claysia gets 1, but it's still an advantage. Even more so now it's Sadzine dropping Junior. Cryptic and Claysia, the final 2. Claysia working the smoke, finds nothing. Cryptic spamming the smoke, does find 1. But again, a 1 versus 3. Sadzine just spamming with the op is the one to get it done. 13 to 7 for Legacy. A difficult start on that second half following their pistol round victory, but they still get it done nonetheless.
Yeah, Legacy dominated the gun rounds, and that's really all they needed. Win the rounds that were 50-50, And that's if you count the gun rounds as 50-50. You can give them a little more favorability towards the CT side or T side, depending on what side you're on. But realistically speaking, Legacy won the rounds where the buys were the most even, and it wasn't a scrappy round. Nouns thrived in the chaos with the pistols, the SMGs. That's where they were able to pick up their rounds. But when it came to the ones you need to win, the bulk, they weren't able to do it. Arcadia player to watch, Lux did fantastic. 87 ADR, just a bit above his average of 84.4, 7 and 12 KD. But folks, we're going to go to the break here, and when we come back, we'll have another map, and we'll break it down for you in just a little bit.
Yeah. La 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 la. Yeah. Your life hits hard, but I hit right back. I never back down, I keep it on track. It's the same day with no problems. I keep rising from the bottom, 'cause when the sun comes up and I look around, I can feel that love, I can hear that sound. They're never gonna hold me down, I'm higher than the ceiling now. And then I need to worry about, 'cause I got no problems. I know it's gonna be alright, it's getting better every time. Nobody's gonna kill my vibe, 'cause I got no problems. Yes, every day was a war. Yeah, it kinda took a while. When they tell me I should stay, I just jump with a smile. Yeah, it's hard until you notice. Everybody's got their moment. When the sun comes up and I look around, I can feel that love, I can hear the sound. Listen up. They're never gonna hold me down, I'm higher than the ceiling now. And then I need to worry about, 'cause I got no problems. I know it's gonna be alright, it's getting better every time. Nobody's gonna kill my vibe, 'cause I got no problems. 'Cause I got no problems. 'Cause I got no problems. Do you feel a little down? Say it. No problems. Let you in, but you out. Sing it. No problems. They're never gonna hold me down, I'm higher than the ceiling now. Had none I need to worry about, 'cause I got no problems. They're never gonna hold me down, I'm higher than the ceiling now. Had none I need to worry about, 'cause I got no problems. I know it's gonna be alright, it's getting better every time. Nobody's gonna kill my vibe, 'cause I got no problems.
I'm bulletproof, don't ever lose. Put the evil in the devil and I'm letting loose. I'm an earthquake, make your bones shake. There's no question I'm the king, I always dominate. A force to be reckoned with, better remember it. Look at what I can do, walking all over you. Incredible, it's criminal, I never lose. I'm bulletproof.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Boggs and Pineapple Phillips with you for the second best of one between Legacy and Nouns in tonight's edition of North American ESL Challenger League. Nate, Legacy, they had a rough start, if you want to call it that. Lost the pistol round, ensuing force buy, and the anti-eco. But after that, they went on to an 8-4 CT half, and then a very solid finish on that T side as well. 5-3 on that T side, winning the pistol, and really only having one little bump in the road. We go to Anubis now, which is a much better map on paper for Legacy, a much worse map on paper for Nouns. But the real issue, again, was the fact that Nouns only won one actual rifle round throughout the entire first map.
Yeah, effectively Nouns won both pistol rounds. They won the first one proper, then the ensuing force, then the third, and the only round they got beyond that in that half was that 1-2 versus 4 post-plant. And the second half, they lost the pistol round technically, but they won the force buy in the second against a T side, which really made it kind of easy for them to effectively take over the economy in the early game and offer some resistance. But again, as you mentioned, only one actual rifle round going the way of Nouns does not bode well going into any map, especially not a strong map like Anubis for Legacy.
Yeah, an 8-3 record for Legacy. Wins against Red Canids, 9Z. Losses to Imperial and Galoris are the only real blemishes for that Legacy side. Meanwhile, Nouns, they're 2-3 on the map. Their losses are to Marsborn, M80, and Marca Registrata, the Mexican team that was playing in the Austin Major qualifier that took out Party Astronauts of note. And when you're looking at the wins, it's akimbo and in control for Nouns. So not very strong opponents who they've toppled. And we already saw them struggle when it came to the rifle duels against Legacy earlier on tonight.
Yes, we definitely did. And there's no easy way to paint a solid or contentious picture here. Unless Nouns can wake up individually and have a very cohesive thought coming into this one, it's going to be even more uphill than the first map. We said Nouns could maybe find an upset on a map like Nuke. In fact, that was probably the only map in the pool that they could find an upset in, and even when gifted such an opportunity, they still failed to find anything compelling in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, the lack of rifle round success, I know I'm harping on it a lot, but that is something you're not going to be able to win games without, is having rifle round success. If you only win one rifle round, you should be lucky to get 7. And
yeah,
they need to be better when it comes down to the rifle duels. The rifle rounds, they got whittled away by some good CT utility, on that first half, but there were a lot of options where Nouns were losing critical 1 versus 1 duels that were 50-50 or even 60-40 in their favor that they should have had. That would have opened up a lot more space, and without those duels going in their favor, the rest of the round snowballed out of control in the favor of Legacy. They have to find a way to convert the rounds they need to be putting on the board, and those rounds are not going to be your pistol rounds, your force buys. It has to be the bulk of the game.
Has to be the bulk of the game. And it sounds like Legacy once again took the knife round, electing to start on the T side. It makes sense for this map. They have a 66.3% win rating on the T side. And they have a very aggressive play early on. A walk towards A, one looking to perhaps peek in towards E-box, but actually that's smoked. Never mind. It's going to be a straight A play instead. Peeping up close and personal with Cryptic in tow. Cryptic 1, peeping a second. Nissim a trade onto 1. Nissim a trade onto the second as well. This A main stack has been dismantled. Junior is still here to try and rebuke the take, but it's going to be difficult. Legacy, with the even man count, opt to slow things down. Nouns are kind of just stuck in limbo now, rotating around, trying to figure out where Legacy want to go.
Yeah, right now for Nouns, they're just waffling about the sites, figuring out where Legacy are, starting to take a little bit of mid-control now. Gambling on Legacy running away from the graveyard that has become a main. Junior takes that aggressive peek, catches off Sadzine. That's a lot of information for Nouns to have as they're going to rotate all 3 players in towards the B site. Smoke will give a little bit of space here. Molotov will help. Flash goes in. Dumao clearing out angles. 2 players Temple side, 1 CT. Bomb going down. Dumao is in the power position, but he's not going to be able to do anything from that spot. Gets taken out. Nissim on for the ace now. 2, needs 4, 5. Can he get it? Yes, he does! An ace for Nissim in the pistol round. Secures it for Legacy. Now the bomb plant would have been good. The ace is the cherry on top, icing on the cake. Just that little bit extra that gets them over the line. Lux had one to get Legacy their first round on Nuke. Meanwhile, it's Nissim here in the opener on Anubis to kick things off, and Nouns going in for the 4 spies they did on Nuke CT side after losing the pistol. It worked for them there. Will it work again here on Anubis? We'll find out. Double MP9s. But Glacier is not one of those players possessing the SMG. He's got a Deagle, Nate. And I know we like to see him with the SMGs in hand, especially the MP9, but Sadzine will deal with one of those MP9s as he finds Beeping again, aggressing through A main.
Clay's also a Deagle warrior, though. Legacy stealing away the first with a 1v3 ace clutch from Nissim, and now looking to make it a clean second to establish their economy on the T side early on. Lux already in position to stop the push in towards Canal, and Lotto holding the middle as well. Junior smoked out of camera. This should be a save at this point for these pistols, for these upgraded weapons. Rush finds 1 kill. He could perhaps upgrade to a MAC-10 if he wants to. Doesn't even want to risk it, though. It is going to be a save for these 4 spying players.
They'll back out. They'll save. And try it again in the next round. But so far, Legacy took a big individual effort on round 1. Doesn't take as big of one here in round 2. So far, Sadzine, the only Legacy player to find a kill in this one. Junior spots out Lotto. He's going to have to try and escape now as he will be hunted and put to bed by Rush, who's got a second of his own. That was a rifle down the barrel, so definitely something to be salvaged. The aggressive push from Nissim. He will finish off Rush. Almost shoots his own teammate. But that's a good way to keep that rifle out of the hands of Nouns, and they will also lose Rush, so that's going to be one less bit of armor, one less upgraded pistol to go into this round with. Junior will not invest into a vest. Instead, it'll just be that scout, bit of utility being bought with that nade from Clasia, smoke and flash from Cryptic. Rush will go armor and 5.7. Peeping joins him with just the 5.7. But overall, one weaker by one prior for Nouns, and Legacy are going to get a little more aggressive here with that MAC-10. Lux charging through with that Molotov to give him some space. Getting deep mid-control here, trying to force Cryptic away. They'll force him into the duel. And the combo of Dumao and Lux will open the tally for Legacy. Nissim another one. Finally, he is felled. 7-1 to kick off this map. And the damage done to Clasia and Peeping is immense. The bomb picked up and taken down to group up with Lotto on the back of Sadzine. And the aforementioned Lotto pops Clasia as he tries to Claros. Scout from Junior does another tag, but bomb going down on A. No real chance back in for Nouns. And now with just Peeping left alive, there is no chance.
I was going to say, can he find the rifle? He finally did. Right as he meets his maker. AK recovered as well by, I believe, a Galil wielder, so that's a good pickup. Legacy will not let that weapon go to waste. 3-0, clean start, much like Nouns had in that first half of Nuke. The question is, will they be stopped here at round number 4, much like they were? Or will Nouns again stumble when it comes to rifles?
We'll see if they can find the opening that they need. Clasia so close and yet so far with that 94-4 on the spray. Lux is going to ignore the rifle drop of this and just keep on charging forward. Clasia mauling to the peak into Dumao will yield the kill, but it's very similar to what happened for Clasia earlier. The name will at least get the kill, so we're into a trade. Lux tagged down, but Lotto and Nissim dropped a long-range MAC-10 kill. Will enable Lux to get out on towards B. The bomb is there, and no more! Lux, it's a nice little aggressive peek from Junior. Leaving it all down to Sadzine with the AK, 1 versus 3. Again, the bomb dropped out in the open on the B site. Junior watching over it like a hawk with the op. Peeping, keeping an eye on CT rotate. Cryptic there to trade out Junior. That's going to be a pretty tough one for Sadzin, but if you can get the double spray here, it's a 1 versus 1 against Peeping. Very winnable for Sadzin. Crouch up! And Junior whacks him down. First rifle round of the map and first round of the map go the way of Nouns. And already things looking a little bit better than they did on Nuke. In that regard, anyway.
3 survive as well. Means their economy will be at least growing slowly. They still don't have that resiliency built up that you'd hope for on the CT side. Whereas Legacy, their last round was not quite a bonus round because they did take some casualties, but it was pretty dang close. So they only have one real compromise, and that is Dumao on the Galil. Sadzin still had enough for the op, or his teammate did rather. So we're going to see a very solid investment for both teams. Nouns with a slight edge thanks to that AK and slightly better utility. But Legacy definitely have the historical advantage when it comes to win percentage on this T side.
Junior's op was critical for the Nouns' success in that last round, too. Good to see him hitting those crispy shots. No real aggression from either side yet. Both taking it slow and steady. Not trying to break the armistice. Now in through camera. Legacy have been given space. Junior spotted. Has to fight his way out of this one. Sadzin one on the op. Blocks another. Junior one quick one, but he's flanked from both sides. He can only get one. Rush in a little bit too late. Lines up 2, knocks down 1. 2 out of 4 found for Rush. Sprays away. Looks all but finished off. He'll find it from the box. And now it's up to Sadzin, who hits the wall bang. But Rush with the quad will get Nouns their second on the board. And their third rifle round of these 2 best of ones. And it takes some individual effort, but a good bit of work from the veteran, the long-time North American player, to get Nouns within 1.
That was an awkward round. I'm surprised Junior lasted as long as he did. He had to cross from A main all the way to Cake with 3 players staring him down from camera or thereabouts, camera or broken wall. Yet he still gets 1 before falling, despite being flanked. Huge amount of time bought from that play. And Rush seizing the day, flanking in through Shrek to get that 4K in the end. Pistols now for Legacy. Their economy broken. Deagle, P250, Tech 9, and 4 smokes make that. No flashes, nothing else. Cryptic on a Moss instead of a better rifle, but it also has seen a buff relatively recently. Listen, Deagle at range wants to put the first tally on the board with a kill towards E-Box.
Utility going in towards B. Rush and Clegia here to receive. Junior rotating in through Temple as well. No real take just yet from Legacy. Taking their sweet time. .43 seconds to go. Still no entry. Still a very segmented Legacy as well. 2 players over towards the A side. And Legacy just have 2 smokes left. Both towards B, 1 being tossed in. Plenty of Nouns players using utility to stall out this push. Legacy really burning down the clock, waiting for that E-Box push to come through. Nade goes in, well timed as well. Lux eats that one from Junior, but he's in on site. Bomb maybe planted into the chaos, and indeed Lato will get that down. That's what Legacy were looking for. That is the victory for them here. Any kills, anything extras, bonus round stuff. They just needed that plant. 2 kills out of the whole phrase. Perfect for Legacy. But again, the bomb plant was the goal. Everything else was awesome. It wasn't expected. It wasn't needed. That just helps keep the CT economy honest. But the fact they got a plant out of that, absolutely superb.
Yes, it is. They can buy an op now if they want it. They'll have good utility around AKs. I think Sadzine is contemplating the op. His teammates could probably drop it and forego a little bit of utility if they want to go for it. But at the same time, in the same vein, I do like full AK buys on Anubis. And that is what we'll see. No op in play for Legacy to rival Junior. A full belt of utility for every player on the T side. Nouns changing things up, looking to maybe go for some canal control and actually B main control as well. Excellent flash from Cryptic to get Rush in. A double for him. Rush is putting in great work on this second map. 2-man advantage secured. They don't overstay their welcome either. Nouns well poised to find a fourth into the lead. That would be 4 rounds in a row, no less.
Had some real yeoman's work from Rush coming through, but it wasn't just Rush who got pushed in by that flash. Klasia was there with him. So even in the event that a Rush does fall, there's still that trade. There's still the chance to win the 2 versus 2. Now, Klasia will fall finally. Nissan will knock him down. That's a great setup by that 3-stack B. Cryptic with the flash. Rush and Klasia in. Klasia's an aggressive player. I like having him go forward. Seeing Rush get aggressive is pretty interesting too, because he's been an anchor player for so long now. And to see that aggression coming through from the vet worked out perfectly. He's still locking down the B side, or the B site here, as A's getting taken control of by his own team. That's another good duel won by Rush, as he'll get caught from behind, but he's still alive here. Sadzine swapping to Molotov. Rush will just retreat to the safety of E-Box here. He'll find it clear. He'll have help from Peeping to clear his backside, leaving Cryptic to come through. Rush, another quad. He's on for the ace here. Can't quite get it. Sadzine wins the fight, but Peeping coming through Canal will put him down. But again, Rush, spectacular. 8 of his 11 kills coming in 2 rounds.
Don't know how Rush finds so much impact there playing around the pillar. He's playing 2 diametrically opposed angles. 2 angles as far apart as they could be. You saw him turning to the ground and then pivoting 180 and peeking out. That was to hide his barrel from anybody over towards E-Box. He had to do an awkward turn just to keep that opportunity of surprise on the table, and he had to get a 180 to kill the first player B main. Tremendous play from him from in, as you mentioned, an anchor spot where he traditionally plays, and he compels a timeout out of Legacy. Additionally, I don't want to forget, the start of that round began with a smoke towards the bottom of Canal Stairs. That makes Legacy think it's going to be a E-Box play, perhaps, so they can get up close B main, but in fact, it was a pump fake and allowed for that flashbang to blind 2 up close and personal. Very big brain from Nouns. And we see 2 tack pauses now, back-to-back from Legacy.
Yeah, this is wild. Back-to-back tacks from Legacy. You don't normally see this team panic like that. And that almost seems like a panic timeout call for me. Especially given the fact this is going to be a half buy. It's not even going to be a full. They're burning 2/3 of their timeouts on round 8, that doesn't even consist of a full buy.
No. Now, they might have something fun planned. I'm always partial to the window drop mid. Throw a smoke mid, window drop, go crazy.
I'm down for that, but it looks like they're just going to go more vanilla.
It's like more A main.
Yeah.
It's Tech 9s across the board, though, so I'd expect something explosive.
Junior starts it off with 1, Peeping spots an A main, and he finishes off Sadzine, who cannot hop to freedom. Damage taken by Lux. Klasia nades himself for 1 HP, but he'll still swing back and forth as the solo man on B. Klasia rotates around. Back to more safety. Has support as well from Rush, who will open one onto Lato as he continues his tear of the last several rounds. Klasia spots Dumau. Tags him for 1. Molotov to force out Klasia. Rush in the pillar. Knows there's one of the smoke kits. Dumau as well, right before he has to reload. And the stars are aligning for Rush here. Everything working perfectly. And for Nouns, they're up by 2 now. And they're winning gun rounds. The main gripe I had with them was losing duels and losing gun rounds. And right now, they're not doing that. Mostly because Rush is just a one-man wrecking ball on B.
That's true, but they've won every gun round in this map.
Yes.
It was 3 to Legacy off the back of the pistol, the bonus, and the save. When the rifles came through, Nouns didn't look back. Their economy is beginning to flourish as well because of it. Hasn't been flawless. Otherwise, their economy would be in a far better state, but it's still nonetheless quite good. They still have more than enough resiliency built up for, theoretically, the rest of this half, but things could go catastrophically awry. And Legacy already burned through quite a bit of the utility. Sadzin's gone back to the big green as well. Good flash to get a main control and unseat this off.
Keeping gets flashed in, loses the duel to Lux, and that will spur them forward. A lot on Junior, who misses his first shot, and only as Lux with a triple headshot on the Cryptic around the half wall. That's the ace site, and most likely the round for Legacy, as Klesia and Rush are not going to be allowed in. Still fighting to hem them in are Dumao and Lato. Rush aggresses, wins that fight, but he's on 1 HP. And it's save time for Nouns here, as despite their success, the CT economy never really seems to be out of peril. And so Legacy will slash the deficit in half, get to within 1. As we'll get into round 10 in the subsequent. Klesia caught by Sadzine. That's a bit unfortunate. Now, Nouns starting with 500 combined health points. They have 1 left.
It's on their one-man army, on their well-oiled machine. Rush.
Wow.
Good, clean one on the first. Does not survive, though. Should not. Dumao misses some shots to make it entertaining. But it is the round for Legacy as expected. Nouns, I had mentioned, had some resiliency economically. With all 5 needing to dip into the coffers, they can realistically now be broken in the late stages of this first half.
Nate, for a second there, I thought Rush was going to get the kill after Dumao missed the first few shots.
There's a world.
I thought that Rush just 180 destroys him. Just the way he's been playing this half.
Now's control, aggression, unexpected
He's
and
on
different. Rush is on A as well. Nissim finds Klesia, but Rush is the one to open up the docket for his team. 4 versus 4, Rush sneaks by as well. Will they expect this player tucked into the cubby? Nissim paranoid about that exact play, is instead caught by peeping around the smoke bottom stairs. Advantage again secured for Nouns from an aggressive play that pans out. Now Legacy again just kind of left holding in hopes of an over-assertion from a Nouns player.
Dumao walks down. Sadzine is there. They're ready for Rush, and they will catch him. That's 2 for Dumao in back-to-back rounds on the Nouns Juggernaut. But the bomb is going to cross. Peeping cannot hold, and it's going to go down on A here. Retake is on for Nouns, I would assume, but they're a long way out, and the retake has to get started. The bomb not going down, though. It's giving Nouns the opportunity to come back in, but they're not ready for Lato. Waiting out in middle. It's a critical piece removed from the board. Cryptic coming back in. Lato spots him in time and lands the shot. Junior, quick flick. Knows there's one behind, has to push forward. Can't get the op scope to stabilize in time. And so tie ball game heading into round 11. 2 more to go in the opening half. Legacy having momentum towards the tail end of the half here with 2 of the last 3. And Nouns, they have Rush 16-8. But then you look at the rest of the team. Look at Junior, Cryptic, and Peeping combined with 16. 21 kills for Nouns, aside from Rush. 16 for Rush on his own.
It's dangerous to do math on stream, but you got it right.
I may or may not have 2 calculators next to me.
That seems overkill.
One's
Nouns
a
were-
TI-84.
Nouns are presented with a wicked problem, and they'll go for the save, which I think is the lesser of 2 evils in this one. Legacy. Twiddling their thumbs, trying to figure out exactly what Nouns are working with economically. No one from Nouns is moving. They're holding their unorthodox positions. 2 up close towards B. The 3rd now rotating this cryptic. It's a passive rotation, and in fact, Nouns are almost fully investing in this B site take. 4th player coming in rotation, Lux at E-Box. Looks to find a second on the entry. Instead, it's Lotto to fall by Cryptic's hands. Lux gets a 1, but he takes a lot of damage forward as well. 4 versus 3, advantage for Legacy, but Lux is not long for this world. They're trying to hunt him down. Peeping. Should have him done right. No! Lux gets 1 before falling. Cryptic gets the trade and his 2nd in the round. But he's probably going to save that AK rather than try in this retake, unless Junior can find a kill here in short order.
Junior can't quite set up the shot, and so Cryptic will go for a fight for a brief moment. And then begin to retreat. Spots another, dodges the shot, moves away.
This might cut him off.
He's going to be successful there, and now Legacy have a 1-round lead going to the last round of the half. A very reasonable possibility of finishing this off with a 2-round lead as well. Great turnaround for Legacy. For Nouns, again, you can't help but think of what could have been. Just need a little bit of help for Rush when it comes to the gun rounds here, and a couple of FAMASs. Peeping and Clasia holding on to those. Junior does have his op, but I almost feel like Junior has to get a little more aggressive with that to have a little more early impact without leaving it all on Rush, because it seems that Rush having to lock things down is what's been winning Nouns rounds. You need something else. It's going to be Cryptic tested early. He's burning in the flames. Can he get out alive? He is, but barely. Still somehow stalling for time. Backs through another Molotov and escapes to safety of camera. Does some damage to Lux in the interim as well. Good man advantage here for Nouns to work with Lux down in the red, 20 HP. Junior holding down to Canals. Has that op in hand, ready to let it fly. Junior, does he peek right? Yes, he does. That was good timing there from Junior. 5 versus 2 now for Nouns, looking for the tie ball game, going to the favored T side of Anubis. But for Nouns, they're pretty even, Nate. 49.1 on the defense, 50 even on the offense.
Legacy, though, have struggled historically on the defense, so we'll see if that will help Nouns in the second half. But this round is still not over yet. Junior in towards E-Boss, continuing to hold this time towards B main. Misses the first shot. Player crosses successfully. Junior, though, still alive, still showing presence and pressure. Bomb plant yet to go down. Rush harassing from in towards Temple. 2 versus 5 now for the remaining Legacy players. A 1 versus 5 now for Lux, which doesn't seem possible. He'll try and flounder as long as he can, but the flashes and the nades will be more than enough to do him in. Nouns right the ship in the final round of the first half and tie up this ball game at a 6-6 scoreline. Legacy started off strong. Nouns, though, find their footing in rifle rounds when it matters. However, as the first half concludes, it is a tied ball game nonetheless. It's Pineapple Phillips and Boggs on the mic, and Nouns now on the favored side of Anubis, at least statistically across the board. The T side. This ancient ruin. 3 sets of dualies for Legacy. No kit. And 2 sets of utility spread out on Nouns with a Super Soldier on Cryptic. Or not even Super Soldier, this is a P250 proper. Now, first contact, gets one on the dualies. Spammed through the smoke, though, as an instantaneous trade. And Sadzine, bullied back of Cake, finds it no better. Junior catches Nissim with the flames. And this A site has fallen. 2 versus 4, both with dualies and armor. Lux and Lotto should consider a save in round number 13.
Lux and Lotto going for it, though. Lux with one on the dualies. Lotto another. Make it double on the dual Berettas. Junior now needs to double up himself. And he's chunked down. Can't hit the shots. Lux, Lotto going together. One has fallen. The last domino is Lotto, and Junior is calling his bluff. He knew he had no kit. Lotto gets the kill, but it does not matter. Nouns the second half pistol. And now, this is when they can try and kick it into high gear and split the best of ones with Legacy. Pistol plus bomb plant, win the anti-force if it does come. And Nouns have themselves up to 9.
You can definitely see a force coming through. Given how close they got it, how many kills Lotto got. He's an M4 in his hands for his troubles. Doesn't need to buy that Kevlar. Really helps him out. Scout for Lux. Upgraded pistols otherwise. Scary investment. Nouns going for a, I was going to say rifle-centric investment, but still 2 MAC-10s, Cryptic and Peeping, on those SMGs. Slower round for Nouns, who want to figure out exactly what Legacy have invested.
Yeah, the couple SMGs definitely want to be your probe. But at some point you have to make first contact, Nate. Flash in the middle. SMGs leading the charge. Spearhead of the offensive into A. Only one here in this end. Will get cleared. Only does a little bit of chip damage onto Peeping. And now Nouns will make sure everything is good before they get the bomb down. And then lock in to wait for Legacy to save, because that's exactly what they should be doing in the situation. They have plenty of rifles, upgrades, upgraded pistols, armor. One smoke's not much for utility, but you have an M4, a scout. Why are you going to buy something else? Why are you going to go for this when you don't really have good odds? No kit. Save it here. And try again in the next round. Roll the dice again.
Who knows that they're going to try that, though.
Oh, yeah. Nouns have to go for the hunt here. Their SMGs are done. The rest can't go for this. They have to save.
Yes, they do. But it's the attempt that counts. Good read from the IGL Cryptic to try it. 8-6, Nouns asserting a lead. The question is, will their rifle round success extend to the second half, or will it be stuck in the first? Legacy going to spread the love. Got those 2 MAC-10s, which really help in this round. In fact, there is a bit of investment. Lotto's going all the way down to 450. I'll have to see if that was a bit of a misclick or an actual conscious decision. Yep, there we go. Sold immediately, never mind. Nouns, though, trying to go for something different in this third round of the second half. Going to call a tactical timeout early, despite the good goings in this second half.
I don't mind that from Nouns, given that they do have a lead. They do know that Legacy have a decent buy, all things considered, into this next round. And also, if you're Nouns, you really want to split this 1-1. That one win will go a long way into seeding. Helps the head-to-head as well. If you can get a decent seed into playoffs, your life will be a lot easier. That's what Nouns are hunting for right now. Not to mention, I mean, you never want to lose, but there's a lot more at stake than just losing a best of one. There's a lot more minutiae and details when it comes down to playoffs, to VRS points even. That's another thing to look at. Moving forward as we get closer to the Austin Major. Now, a little under 3 months out at this point. Peeping, flashed in, but Lotto peeks before. That's a good start here for Legacy. Clasia spray finds nothing. It's all blue on the kill feed. As a Legacy flawless on the second try with the half buy or the force buy. And they slice that Nouns lead to just 1 round. And Nouns will have to buy again, but a round that they called a timeout into gets washed away. Utterly vaporized.
No chance. All 5 falling, no kills going their way. Legacy were on a half buy there. That means their economy has gotten a massive second wind. You can see even after investing into that utility, they still have over 3K on everybody. A massive change of favor in the favor of Legacy. As you mentioned, Nouns trying to scrap together what they can. Very little utility. 2 AKs, 2 Galils, and a Deagle. And next to no money left in the bank when all is said and done. It has the makings of an 8th and probably a 9th for Legacy if they play their cards right.
Cryptic tries to get the opener on Dumao unsuccessfully. Sadzine, playing from heaven, fights one, wins 1 duel. Can't quite get the second yet. Peeping around that smoke, does not want to cross and fall if it is low HP. 4 versus 4, bomb goes down. Legacy don't have much utility, and now they don't have Sadzine as Junior wins the fight. The AK superior firepower, but you definitely would have liked to see less damage taken by the Nouns Opera in that engagement. But Legacy are calling it quits again. Another retreat, another disengagement, and another surrender of a round to go the way of Nouns. Yeah, Legacy, they can buy up again. They save these guns. This is going to get Nouns closer to that 13th. Build their confidence a little bit more, and also build up an economy on the T side, which grows fast, but is not in a good spot.
No, definitely not in the best spot. That was their backs against the wall in a very literal sense. Last tactical timeout used by Legacy. I think this is a good time to use it, a good crossroads. What do we have for an investment? Full rifles, 1 being a saved AK, 1 being a saved Galil. No more Mac 10 shenanigans. That weapon's been dropped. Sadzine has his op to work with. No rival either on the side of Nouns. Instead, they are also on a full rifle buy with 1 M4 on Clasia. And good utility across the board as well.
The op for Sadzine can be a game changer here for Legacy, as they need something to stop the bleeding. Because even if they continue trading rounds off, not only does that not favor the CT economy more than it does not favor the T economy, but eventually Legacy lose. Because Nouns have a 2-round lead. So what Nouns need to do right, or what Legacy need to do right now, is find a way to at least tie this game up. They need to find rounds in a row.
Yes, they do.
There's no op to counter either. There's prime opportunities here.
Prime opportunity for Sadzine to maybe Clasia swinging in, keeping us here as well. Bit of a default from Nouns. Sadzine, ready for this one. Molotov comes in though, he won't stick around. He'll fall back instead. Nouns as well, don't want to overstay their welcome. Even just Clasia, it appears, inside the front end of that smoke. just past the minute mark. Bomb is still dropped top of stairs. No real control mid. Slow push in towards B main now. Nouns still have yet to make their decision.
Lux, he's been good this evening. He's our player to watch, but he is not good in that duel. Neither is Lato. Peeping and Junior take control of E-Box. And now Nouns can sprint on to the B site and get this bomb down and ticking. 5 alive for the T side for now. Well, nice nade damage coming through for Legacy, but it's all just to escape and stay alive as Legacy again saving. They're playing the CT side like it's Inferno.
Yes, they are. Saving at the first opportunity. Too scared to try and go for these retakes at the man disadvantage. Granted, Sadzine's op would be more of a hindrance than a help in a retake. So, Nouns are thinking about hunting. Actually commit. 3 will again survive. That means an investment will be forthcoming from Legacy, who can more than soak up those losses. They're running out of time. They're down by 3 now. Nouns only need 3 more to close out this second best of 1 and pull off what I would call a pretty big upset.
Yeah, especially on the map, too. Nuke was a lot more reasonable just looking at how these two teams have played on the map in the prior 3 months. But now, when you look at how this game has gone, Nouns have turned it around. That first half, that was Rush. That was all Rush. It was the Rush show, up on stage, living in the limelight. The universal dream for those who wish to be and wish to see. If you have not listened to Rush before, listen to Rush. Great band. But I digress. The second half, there's been help. Junior, Clasia, Peeping. They've had good impact kills. Nouns have not needed all of the kills to win a round, as Legacy have surrendered in the vast majority. But Rush has not had to do too much in the second half. The team has stepped up, come up to his level, and that is why Nouns are having a much more successful half here on T side, a much cleaner half on T side, and a much cleaner map in general. They needed somebody to get that engine going, but once it did, the Nouns motor is starting to take off.
Yes, it is. Mentioned the other individuals waking up as well. When we mentioned Rush, he was at 16 kills. That was the CT side. We're now into the meat and potatoes of this T side, and he's only at 18. So he has slowed down in a big way, but he's more supportive on this side as well. A is going to be the name of the game in this round. Player middle, listen, first contact in towards camera. He finds one. Lux playing around the smokes, trying to find another. Rush, though, has dropped Nissim in the meanwhile, and the flash from Junior blinds Lux. He finds nothing for his troubles on the site. And it looks like another Inferno simulator is on the cards, Boggs, as Legacy with the man disadvantage don't seem keen on going for a retake once again.
How many times can you do this before you lose the game, though? At this
3
point,
more
you're
times.
down to... Exactly. You're down to 1 more chance after this. You can only afford to lose 1 more round following this one, if you're Legacy. And you were in a decent spot for a retake, too. 2 kits, Molotov. They pick off Junior on the retreat. Doesn't really matter at this point. But Legacy's trepidation at going for retakes has been something that has cost them significantly in this map. A lot of speculation, a lot of potentials and maybes and would-bes and could-bes, but at some point you have to go for a retake. Legacy have not attempted a retake where they have at least had 1-man disadvantage at all in this map. And they have only won 1 round in this half. They're playing
excessive
not
trepidation.
even scared. They're playing... It's beyond scared. I don't really know how to describe it because I haven't seen this bar triumph, Sheikh Zula triumph on Inferno. This is what it reminds me of, where they would save a good 9, 10, 11 rounds out of a CT half of Inferno sometimes.
giving them more rifle buy, sure, but also put them in this hefty hole. Main control being taken. Sadzine missing an opportunity. Tag down to 15. Nissim fighting in towards A main. Does get one, but Rush is ready with a quick trade. 4 versus 4. Again, Sadzine on low HP, and not a lot of utility left for this defensive side either. Just Molotovs, a nade, and a smoke. That smoke's been thrown. Molotovs and a nade with over a minute left in the round.
Four on 4. Will Nouns save now? A little facetious on that one. But if Cryptic doesn't get this kill, there might be a case for a save. And they're just going to gamble on an A take here. And Legacy are as well. Legacy have rotated 3 of their 4 players over towards the A site. 2 on the site proper, 1 in camera. There's no mid-split for Nouns to work with this time. It's going to come down to the fights. No utility either. That Molotov stalls him down. Sadzine 1, Dumao a second. Nouns are collapsing as they go into the round, into the A site, and into the meat grinder. Out they come. 1 for Junior, 3 to find. Time is out. He needs 2 in 10 seconds. Well, really less, about 5, and he's running out of clock. He's got the kill. He's got time. He can get the bomb down. I think he has just enough to get this one going. He does. Junior 1 versus 1. Tag. Not bad. Nade does not find him. He's got the up, but he can't hit the shot. Lux saves the day, but Junior almost pulls off the impossible.
An expensive round. Junior pulling it back from the break and making it expensive. Legacy finally try for something, and it is expensive, but it goes their way. Still, Nouns a 3-round lead and relatively deep coffers to work with. Legacy can invest most of what they had saved to recoup the losses in the round prior. Junior's up, going to rival that of Sadzine. Early fight for Junior as well towards window middle.
Three rounds separating Nouns and Legacy. 2 rounds separating Nouns and Victory. Utility running a little bit dry for 3 of the Nouns players. Claysia, Cryptic, and Peeping. Cryptic now out of utility here. And Claysia's waiting for a push. Nissim seems content to give it to him. Will he expand and extend beyond this point, though? Is a real big question. Claysia. The cross. And Peeping actually shoots him in the back of the head. A team kill to bring this to a 4v4. Still favors the T side, at least as far as odds are concerned, but you would like to have Claysia alive there. Unfortunately for Nouns, they'll have to do it without him. 37 seconds to go. Time is dwindling. They have to make a play.
There's only one player B, and the bomb is thinking about going that direction. Cryptic, oh my god, the timing couldn't be worse. Dumao finds 1, Lux drops Peeping. The bomb is going to go B main. With 20 seconds left, they have to make their move quickly or call it quits, and it looks like they're going to call it quits. Yep. They had a window where only 1 player was here, and he was an E-box, but that window is far gone now.
The Overton window is closed, Nate. It's Nouns' turn to save, as we have seen more saves in this map than we usually see in an entire season of ECL. I want to see a Nouns timeout here. You have,
they have 1 left or 2 left?
I think they have 2. I think they only used... Legacy called the 2. I don't think Nouns used any before that last one they called, early in this half.
Yeah. I think you're right. Would be a good time. Their economy's gone. A relatively consequential round that could see Legacy earning a breath to at least a tied ball game. Sadzine, the smoke on the Molotov doesn't quite work. He's forced back. Still even footing, though. So no one's gone for contact proper yet. Walk middle. The Mao will be contact. He's playing in the cubby, or in the corner, I should say. But as I mentioned it, he falls back. Playing more passive tempo instead. Plays out timing there. And the player in main walking forward. And Nissim is the one to win the duel. Nouns quickly scale middle to make up space for the lost teammate. Legacy have already doubled back to hold for a camera push.
Sadzin's op has been a bit of a game changer in the last couple of rounds. He's been very good with it. And he will be tested here. In they come. Spots the barrel. Misses the shot. Burns away. Down to all but nothing. He's still alive, but all but eliminated. Finally dunked on by Cryptic. Nissim, at least one from main, but forced away. Dumau comes in again. Hit and fade tactics coming through from Legacy. Finding a kill. Backing away. Finding another. Again, the retreat. 2 versus 2. Lotto and Nissim in on Cryptic and Rush. Health almost equivalent as well across both teams. Rush, smoke fade, timing. Lotto's ready. Rush goes in. Lotto knocks him down. It's all up to Cryptic, who hits the deck. Legacy within 1 now of Nouns. Will at least get another bomb plant, but their money running dry. Legacy clawing their way back in. Opera covered as well, as Legacy will not go quietly into the night. They will not vanish without a fight. But will they live on and survive is the better question yet to be answered. Will Nouns go for a full buy? It's a different question. I don't think they will. Yeah, it's going to be a half buy here in round 22. This game looking like it's going to go the distance.
A potent half buy, not a bad idea. Get a bomb plant, really flush out the economy. Junior should be able to get an op regardless in the next round if needed. Eagle, Tech 9s. Scary prospect for Legacy. And open towards E-Box. Not a pretty fight for Lux, but he does win it. Straight walk in towards B main. Now the call with that smoke. The spam from Lux does so much damage, but Lotto can't finish what he started. Lotto missing the mark across the board. We're even footing. Nissim trying to fight in from Temple is only good for 1 yet again. Cryptic recovers a rifle. Junior puts the bomb down. And this is a feasible round for Nouns as they secure solid post-plant footing. Dumau, B-Man, I believe he was heard. Teammate over towards long as well. Might also be expected. Then Molotov on to Junior. He burns down and is caught by Sadzin. Second at this point has to be towards E-Box. Cryptic spamming away, hoping to find something. It's instead caught trying to push to prevent a defuse. Expensive round, including a bomb plant, but it's not enough to prevent Legacy from tying things up.
3+ bomb plant, not horrible, considering the lack of a buy. It's not that bad. But if you're Nouns, you've now lost your lead and are being forced to call a timeout here. They do still have 1 left after this. But Nate, when you're looking at it, if you're Nouns, you've just lost the full momentum. You had everything under control. And then it slips away out of your hands a couple of rounds ago. You could have called a timeout a little bit earlier. Maybe found a way to stop the bleeding before it got to this point. But you're guaranteed to play at least a full 24 rounds at this point. Overtime, I feel, is very likely out of the situation. And if you're Nouns, again, you're basically a two-man show. Rush and Junior. You need somebody else to step up.
Yes, you do. Legacy not really taking early fights. Looks though, that smoke might get him something to work with. It's an interesting setup, very passive from Nouns over towards the A side of things, but still holding it down. 3 in towards B main with 1 tucked ante. Cryptic, and Cryptic already out of utility.
Does not look good. It's going to come down to the fights.
Is double nade. So much damage into B main. The Legacy still have 3 players here to defend against this take. Lux pressured in from E-Box, caught. First kill goes the way of Nouns, but again, all these B main players are so low on HP. Lato next to bat, perhaps burns, but it's Dumao instead to bail his teammate out. 1 secured, even footing. Dumao second. Clasia Jr. though combined for 3. The spray down is sensational. Sadzine tries to do anything, and he simply cannot get out of Temple. It is Nouns to recover and at least secure overtime in round number 23.
Well, Nouns get to match point here in the second best of 1 of the evening against Legacy. And it came down to the duels, and they came alive. Cryptic, Clasia with a double. Peeping chimed in as well. Asked for the Nouns to stand up and help out Rush. And boy, did they answer the call. Everybody but Rush got a kill in that round. And Nouns, they won it. Legacy on a 4-spy here to stave off a loss. And take this one to bonus Counter-Strike. 2 M4s, 2 FAMASs, 1 defuse kit, 1 5.7. Utility is not fantastic. It's not the worst. It's about the definition of mediocre. So Legacy will rely on a little bit of trick play and a lot of bit of aim if they're going to take this one. No op for Sadzine sticks out to me as well, as that had been critical in a lot of those CT rounds for Legacy. They've been very disciplined with their utility usage, though, which is good. They'll have some left when it comes down to a take, but a lot of that being burned away on B thanks to the presence of Peeping. A little bit of utility he threw. And Nouns are going in A. All 5 coming in. Utility being tossed over. Nissim caught by Clasia. He'll continue to scale forward. Sadzine around fire. Burned down and shot down by Clasia. Cryptic caught as he tried to flank on through, but the nade comes in. A third for Clasia. Junior another. Peeping up, peeping down. Bomb planted. Clasia the quad. Nouns the victory. 13-11 on Anubis.
Quite the upset victory by most metrics in the favor of Nouns. They had a very solid start in that first half. They put most of our worries to bed by taking a vast majority of the rifle rounds. And in fact, in that second, they looked rather solid as well. They did stumble. They nearly let Legacy in to steal the victory. But Nouns recover. They recompose themselves on the back of a tactical timeout. And they close it out without requiring any bonus Counter-Strike.
That was a character-building win for Nouns there. A lot on the line. A very rough way to finish the game, considering the fact they lost 4 straight. 11-7 lead evaporated to an 11-11 tie. They take it. They win it in regulation. They close it out with 2 good, solid rounds that required help. But the last round, a huge one from Clasia. Seeing glimpses of what he was promised to be, a very promising rifler a couple of years ago when the North American scene kind of fell off the face of the planet for a bit. But that is a glimmer of what he was capable of back in the day, and a good sign for Nouns, who could use a little extra firepower consistently on this lineup. That's been an issue for them as of the last, I would say, year and a half at this point, lacking consistent firepower. But if Clasia can get to that level and bring it every single game, there's going to be a good sign for Nouns. Lux Arcadia player to watch his stats through the entire game, just slightly under his 3-month average of 84 ADR at 83.25. Positive KD at 33 in 29. 16 assists as well, but that headshot percentage, Nate, 63.64. Giving me shades of Malbs and Challenger League.
Yeah, a very solid performance from Lux, a very serviceable one in the first, a solid one in the second, but as you mentioned, it's not enough to get them across the line in the second. Character building might not even be doing the situation justice. This was a map where Nouns should not have been able to hold a candle to the likes of Legacy, and yet not only do they take it, but they take it the hard way by winning rifle rounds, by looking solid, and by simply outclassing the likes of Legacy when it comes to their T-side performance.
Yeah, it was a great job by Nouns on that map. Absolutely fantastic work by them. They'll split the best of ones against Legacy 1 and 1. 13-7 Legacy on Nuke. 13-11 Nouns on Anubis. But Nate, that's going to wrap things up for us tonight. Thanks for joining me again, my friend. It was a good time to be back. We'll be back next week, but there's more Challenger League just about every night, so keep your eyes on HLTV and keep it tuned here on ESL, CS, and CSB for all the Challenger League action throughout all the regions of the world. And we'll see you next time for another great night of ESL Challenger League North America. On behalf of Pineapple Phillips, my co-commentator, and the production crew here at ESL, I am Boggs, bidding you farewell until the next one. Have a good night.
Feel like something, you feel like something new, you feel like something, don't just stop it, doing what you do.